test for the baby?
Okay, so for me, the only thing was my sense of smell was gone. Apart from that, I was fairly okay. So I woke up one morning, I was eating, and then I couldn't smell the detergent I was using. So I was like, okay, then let me go and test for COVID. And when I tested, it was positive. Later on, she started sneezing. So she would sneeze continuously for some time, and it will stop, and then she would start sneezing again. And then her eyes got swollen. So I was like, okay, since I'm positive, coronavirus is fair, so we don't really know what it can do in children. So let me test her. So when I tested her, she was also positive. But I continued with breastfeeding.
Okay. What gave you that confidence to still go ahead and breastfeed?
Okay, so one thing about coronavirus is that you don't really know what it does. And the reason why I breastfed is, as a mother, the breast milk has a lot of immunoglobulins. So those are the things that protect babies from diseases. So first and foremost, if I'm going to ensure that she's very well, very healthy, the best option for me will be breastfeeding because I have the virus. So in effect, I have antibodies, which would even be transferred to her, which would help her since she had it. So that was the main reason why I was giving her the breast milk. And I was observing all the protocols in prevention of coronavirus. So I thought it was safe to breastfeed her.
Okay. I just have to ask, where did you get the confidence from? You don't sound like there was fear at any point in time.
Oh, the fear was only when I was thinking she could be positive. But after I found her positive and she was fairly stable, the only thing I had to do was manage her. And so far, research has shown that breast milk is optimum compared to any other formula. So if I want the baby to be have optimum health, my best option was breast milk, not formula.
Okay, just hold on for me. Let me bring into the conversation Dr. Mame Nyako, who is with the Pediatric Society of Ghana. Good morning to you, ma'am. Hopefully you can hear me. Hello, Doc. Hello, Doc. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. We've been talking to Elsie. Elsie's been sharing her personal experience with us, how she survived COVID-19 with her baby and how she continued to breastfeed. Tell us about why it is important to exclusively breastfeed even in this period of COVID-19.
Breastfeeding has a lot of benefits for both mother and baby. And when we say exclusive breastfeeding, we mean that the baby should have only breast milk from the time of birth, within the first hour of birth until 6 months, with no added fluids, no added foods. And like Elsie just said, breast milk has antibodies to protect the baby from other infections. COVID is new, and the mother may not have antibodies against COVID. But aside COVID, there are other things that can affect the baby. And you want to protect the baby from other diseases like diarrheal diseases, pneumonia, things that cause death in our infants. So it's important that we continue breastfeeding even in this era where we have COVID.
I want to ask about some of because around this time you also have to take all the precautions. So what should mothers do, breastfeeding mothers?
So first of all, during pregnancy, they should continue following the protocols that we all know about so that they do not get the infection. However, if they get the infection, they also need to continue with the same protocol. So every time they are breastfeeding, they need to wear a mask. It's also important that they practice good hand hygiene. They wash their hands and or use use sanitizers to perform hand hygiene. it's important for them to also eat very well, nutritious meals so that they are strong and they have a good immune system. So we encourage that do not stop breastfeeding even if you have tested positive. You should continue. If the mother is too ill or doesn't feel like she has the strength to breastfeed, but she can express, then she can express for other family members to feed the baby with.
Okay. All right, Doc, I think we wanted a connection where we could see you, but that's not possible. So we'll have to leave the conversation here. We'll pick up since the awareness is throughout the week, and then we'll continue on Friday, God willing. But just the final one with you, Elsie. Elsie, how are you and the baby now?
Oh, we are fine. We actually retested and we are negative, so we are fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for opening up and sharing as well. Really, really grateful to you.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay. All right. So that's a bit of education on breastfeeding. We've got show business coming up. Kadi is standing by.
Good morning, I'm Kadi, and this is the Showbiz segment. Now, this morning we're going to be talking about, I had a conversation, I had an interview with social media brand influencer Ebenezer Forsen, and he was telling me about how he goes about his work, how people contact him, his style of dressing, with his makeup and, you know, artistry, and he shared more in this interview. Watch. It goes by EB Forsen. We are going to talk about what he does on social media, how he's getting the market, because he's taking social media by storm. Everybody is purchasing him. They want him to advertise for them and all those stuff. So we want to know the magic behind all of this, the magic behind that large following and what he's up to. What exactly do you do?
Okay, I'm EB Forsen. Yes, I'm a presenter, a song promoter, advertiser, judge, a voiceover, and I think I do a lot.
So you are like a brand influencer. How did it all start?
Okay, it's all